Owning a home, it's the American dream, and with more and more people looking to move during the summer months, well, we're helping you get a jump start, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. Mindy McIntosh from McIntosh & Associates is with us again. Thank you, Mindy, for joining us. This is really supposed to be a fun time, not stressful. So we need some tips for you. Many people were hit hard by the recession, and they have to move now.
Right.
So how do you get started? What's the first step that you would say to take?
We really like to have you decide what you think you might be able to afford. Now, sometimes that's very tricky. We're seeing a lot more of young folks staying with their parents for a longer period of time just because of affordability. So there's really no magic pie in the sky type of method for what you can afford. It really depends on location of where you live, what your income is, what your debt is today. So we really like to sit down and plan that. We have a great tool and calculator on our website at wealthmichigan.com where we can really plan and get kind of right down into it of what maybe you can afford.
Oh, that's great, step by step with that. Now talk to me about, I've heard about a boomerang buyer. What is a boomerang buyer? What is that? It sounds kind of, that sounds a little stressful.
So let's say that you had to go into foreclosure. And now you're kind of a rebound home buyer. A lot of times they won't allow you to purchase a home again for 3 years because they won't give you a loan. So you're kind of in a waiting period, a waiting time zone. So if you have 3 years, now you think you're ready, you can want to kind of step up to the plate, you've budgeted, you're going to buy a home again. It's really time to get your debt under control. Manage your credit score, because that when you do file bankruptcy, that does go on your credit score for 7 years. So we really want to make sure you're diligent and you've really budgeted. So that's what they're talking about with those boomerang buyers. You know, they had already had a home before, lost it for whatever reason, and now they're planning to kind of move forward again.
So how would you tell these boomerang buyers, okay, this is what you need to do first to get back into the game?
Well, we really need to take a look at what are they spending now. So wherever they're living now, whatever that monthly payment is, now let's take a look at the type of homes they're looking at. So we sit down with clients, what is actually in that budget? What could you afford mortgage-wise? So if they're paying X amount of dollars and the mortgage on the home that they want is $300 more a month, let's say, I'm having them put that $300 a month away in their savings account as if they already own the home. That way we can really tell before they have it, are they in over their head or are they comfortable?
And being in over your head, sometimes people have it's too much and they really need to downsize.
Yes.
What do you suggest?
We really try to help make sure that our clients are in reality. So we need to sit down, and it's really nice to dream big for clients, and they might want that big home or a place on the lake or wherever it might be. But to actually sit down and dive in on what exactly can you afford? What else can you clean up? What can we kind of move out of your expenses that are maybe some expenses that are fluff every month? You know, stop all those coffee runs and things like that. But what can they really afford? If they can't afford that big home or the home that they wanted, then let's kind of scale back a little bit on what they can afford and maybe look into that other one maybe 10, 20 years down the road.
And you know, there are so many people out there that are trying to get their first home. And they're you know, it is the American dream. They want this perfect house, you know, the perfect family. That's what everyone wants, right? So give us some more tips for first-time buyers.
We really want to make sure that they don't need to buy the home of their dreams the first time you buy a home. Okay, so we don't need to try to live life to the fullest. So we need to kind of take baby steps, plan accordingly.
Did you say live within your means?
Yes, definitely live within their means, planning that budget, doing diligent, and then having like monthly home meetings with that, okay? So they can either come in and sit down with us, we can meet monthly or meet quarterly, and really take a look at where are all their expenses going? What's a fixed expense that they're having, like a car payment as well, and electric bills that they're gonna be incurring versus variable expenses like food and entertainment, so that it all kind of winds in together, not that they just think the home is the only cost they're going to have and then wind up with all the other expenses that come along with it.
Those are some great tips. Now, where else can people go if they need some more information, Mindy?
If they need more information, if they go right directly to my website at wealthmichigan.com, they can go ahead and see anything they need on the home buyers, on the calculators, or they can just call our office and go ahead and come on in for a consult, and we can, you know, kind of start from there for them.
So I think even before people are trying to, you know, before they become that first-time home buyer, you have to really be organized and you have to get your finances in order and really start early. You have to plan ahead.
They need to plan ahead. You definitely need to start early. It's not something, I want a home, great, and next month we're going to go apply for loans and have it.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to work very well.
Okay. Mindy, thank you so much for joining us. Great tips. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.